Hey guys, so in this video, I want to talk about the news that JP Morgan says the S&P 500 could surge about 10% in a single day if the Federal Reserve only raised interest rate by 50 basis points on Wednesday. First, it just simply demonstrates how the Wall Street investment bank want to manipulate the market again. Generally, they will have some insider information. And now they are creating an atmosphere that if the interest rate only increased by 50 base points, then the stock market will be so good, okay? It is creating such atmosphere. So on Wednesday, if it really only increased by 50 base points, then the whole market will be so joyful, everything will go very well, etc., etc. And I am not denying that if S&P if it's only 500 base points up by Federal Reserve, I really agree that the S&P 500 could really go up by 10%. But the point is, it's not sustainable, because the problem is the inflation problem is still existing. Actually, I think that it's getting worse and worse because the supply chain nowadays is still cannot isolate from Asia country, from China, and a lot of companies still rely on the mainland production. But the problem is the production disruption in China still continue to exist. So European goods, European services, North American goods is still getting more and more expensive, because for the past 30 years, we are relying on the global supply chain for the past 30 years. And now Donald Trump, Joe Biden want to deglobalize. They want to deglobalization. They want to move the supply chain, most of the part, maybe to North America again. But it's not an easy task, because you can see that it is difficult for you to withdraw something which you built up for the past 30 years. So I will say the inflation problem is not solved. And in this case, and maybe temporarily Federal Reserve can only increase by 50 base points. But imagine maybe later it can increase by 100 base points as well. Remember, never trust Federal Reserve. Last year they say that inflation is transitory. Now we know that it's all lying. So I believe that Federal Reserve may only increase by 50 base points on Wednesday, but after that it can increase back to the 75 base points, 100 base points, or 200 base points. Everything is possible because the world is so crazy now. So if you want to call the market, okay, I think it's okay, but your call should be so temporary, maybe only focus on these few days. And then remember, the winter is coming. And when winter is coming, the whole stock market will be laid in frozen. And at this time, it's time for the long-term investment. So now I will not buy a lot of stock, okay? Now this day, I still believe cash is king.